What's up everybody, AJ here, and today we're checking out a piece from a brand that's been gaining a lot of attention in the budget folder game, and that's the Kubey Tityus. This is in purple titanium. This is a Framelock flipper folding knife with a really crazy titanium handle. Let's see if this punches above its price point or if it falls short. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed and let's get into it. Now here's the quick spec rundown. We have a handle length of 4.76 inches and then an overall length of 8.15 inches. Comparing this to some other folders, such as the Hogue Deca, along with the Kaiser Bugaj, we can see that this is a little bit larger than both. It's not so big it's a chore to carry, but it's definitely larger than most common folders. Now let's check out the blade a little bit more. This is coming with a drop point blade measuring 3.39 inches. The blade is 14C28N and it's a really nice bead blasted finish. The blade can be deployed by either the flipper tab or by using the blade hole, and both have pretty nice action due to the caged ball bearing pivot. Now here's the fun part, and this is the handle. This is the titanium Framelock that features some really cool purple anodized titanium. It might be hard to pick up on camera, but this isn't just flat purple, and instead of some different shades throughout the knife. This isn't also a flat slab of titanium, as it's been milled and there's some texture throughout. This also features a color matching titanium deep carry pocket clip. Overall, outside of the titanium, these specs are pretty typical for a solid EDC folder. So how does it carry? Is it worth its price? And does this earn a spot in your pocket? Let's dive in a little bit more in depth and to see. Let's talk a little bit more about this blade. The Tityus uses 14C28N steel. It's known for decent edge retention, corrosion resistance, and good toughness. Now 14C28N isn't a premium steel, it's kind of a budget steel, but for daily use it's plenty capable. You often see this steel pretty frequently at the budget category on knives around the $40 to $60 price range. As this knife costs double that, it's kind of a bummer that this is on a slightly premium knife because this is coming with a budget steel. I think having a premium handle of titanium and then going with a budget steel kind of sends some mixed signals. I would love to see something like S35VN here, but it's just a nitpick. Fortunately, this blade shape is very functional, and due to the handle and ramp here on the spine, this knife feels like a workhorse. Here's where the Tityus really stands out. It's this contoured titanium handle, and it feels so solid in hand. It's not too chunky, but not flimsy. The machining is really clean, and it just fits the hand really nicely. Titanium makes this feel a little bit more premium compared to aluminum or G10, especially at this price point. I mentioned this earlier, but I really love the subtle milling all throughout the handle with these really small grooves, as it gives the knife just a little bit of texture, and it feels really great in hand. The purple anode finish also looks really sharp. It's a little bit over the top, but it gives this knife some personality. Purple is by no means my favorite color, but shockingly enough, I think it works here, especially with the gold pivot and the gold body screws. But now back to the grip. Looking at this knife, it seems like it wouldn't be comfortable in hand, but it's actually deceptively comfortable. Due to this large finger choil, your grip locks in and it's very secure. There's also a small ramp on the spine of the blade for your thumb, which also has some really aggressive jimping, allowing this to be a super locked in grip. All the edges are smooth, and the knife has this really nice swell here at the body, so it's extremely pleasant in hand. It's funny because on paper, you would think this would be a premium classy knife with all this anodized titanium, yet in hand, this feels like it could handle some serious jobs. It's just really crazy how comfortable this knife is in hand. Now on to the action. The flipper deploys the blade through ceramic cage bearings, and the action is generally smooth. You get a really nice snap once you hit that detent. You can also deploy the blade through the blade hole, and it's honestly pretty satisfying. The blade is held in place due to this frame lock, and it's pretty easy to disengage. Frame locks were never my favorite type of lock, as I often find myself resting my fingers on the lock, applying pressure which prevents the blade from deploying. Yet on this one, I don't have that problem, and no matter my grip, I can deploy the knife with the flipper or using the blade hole. Now I've seen some people in the community say that Kubey knives need a little bit of break-in, or even some slight pivot tweaking for super smooth action, but everyone's experience varies. I actually got this knife in a trade, so I'm the second owner, but so far I have no complaints and I think it's pretty smooth for what it is. Now let's talk about how it carries. With this titanium deep carry pocket clip, you get a pretty discreet tip up carry, which is really great in the pocket, and even though it's a rather large knife, it's not super heavy either. I will say this is only right hand only, you cannot reverse it to the left side. The weight and balance are kind of in the sweet spot for an EDC folder, especially at this size. It's not so light that it disappears, but it's not so heavy that it's a burden. So here's the real talk on the Tityus. Pros, titanium handle, feels really premium. It also really solid everyday carry blade size and shape. It looks really unique. This purple anode is a really nice touch. And the frame lock is strong and solid, shouldn't have no issues. But there are some cons. First up, 14C28N for the blade steel isn't a high-end steel by any means. It's serviceable, but I would like to see something a little bit more premium. Also, this clip is right-handed only. It's not the perfect knife, and there are some definitely higher-end offerings out there, but given what you're getting, this is a really solid choice, though a bit overpriced at its current retail price of $125. If you want a titanium Framelock flipper that actually looks more premium than its price suggests, this Tityus should definitely be on your radar. I'd recommend it for EDC users who want something stylish, functional, and fun to flip without spending really big money. Drop a comment below if this is something you'd carry or if you wouldn't. Why not? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in the next one.